There's this interesting thing that happens when you eat raw meat, which is the fact that your eye color changes. And if you ask why I have blood on my face, it's because I ate some raw liver before this and I just left it like this because I thought it was cool. But yeah, anyways, look, here are some examples of people changing their eye colors by eating raw meat on a raw meat based diet. There's this guy Mason who's been on this diet for 4 years now. You can see that he changed his eye color from brown to green. Another guy, Primal, the same for him. He's been eating like this for 5 years, plus many other examples. Even in my case, I've noticed some changes so far. I've been only eating like this for 8 months. I'm on a raw meat based diet. I eat raw meat, raw eggs, drink raw milk, all this kind of stuff, raw organs, and I've noticed a change in my eye. You can see it's not that significant yet, but it's still a difference. Even though the lining is a bit different, you can see that my eyes are slowly turning blue. My eyes are green, but I started getting, a blue side on the exterior, which is really interesting. So why exactly does this happen? Why does your eye color change on this raw meat diet? Because this heavily goes against science, right? Science tells you that, yeah, you can change your eye color. It's all genetic. You can't do that unless you get surgery or all the kind of stuff. But this is not true, because here's the thing. In reality, your iris is a reflection of your health. If you have toxins stored in your body, for example, they can also store in your iris. And that's the reason also why babies at birth, for example, when you vaccinate them, their eyes can just turn like that, instantly from blue to brown because of the toxins from the vaccines. These vaccines, these medications obviously have toxins too. They have side effects, so they're gonna show in the eyes. You can see by this thing called iridiology, where you just look at somebody's eyes and you can see like some spots or some colors, and you can tell by that, you can just read what kind of toxins they have inside their body. So your iris is a reflection of your health. That's the thing. And the raw meat based diet is a proper human diet. If you're not convinced with that, just check out my free guide about health, how to improve your health. You'll find there a free mini course about nutrition. I'll have more videos about this raw meat diet. You'll convince yourself there and you'll see exactly what's the thing with this diet and other bonus things on how to upgrade your health if that's what you want. But yeah, moving on, a raw meat based diet is the most nutritious in the first place because you don't cook your food anymore. You don't destroy the nutrients by heat, because obviously nutrients are sensitive to heat too. And besides that, you don't ingest toxins anymore in your body if you don't eat first off processed foods. Of course, you don't eat that on a natural human diet, on a proper human diet. Besides that, you don't eat grains anymore, vegetables, and all these plants that have toxins inside them, because vegetables also have toxins. They have plant defense chemicals, if you didn't know about that, and also grains have some chemicals too. They're also genetically modified, they're not natural for us. So taking these two things into consideration, if you have a lot of nutrients and you don't ingest toxins anymore, then your body now will be having a proper environment for a deep and fully detox. You'll heal yourself faster compared to someone who will eat a standard American diet. Obviously they'll get some detox here and there, but their bodies won't be able to fully detox and fully heal, of course, because they keep bombarding their body with toxins from processed foods. In this case, you won't have toxins on this diet, and your body will start cleaning itself. It will remove stored toxins through your skin. Maybe you get acne, you also get diarrhea through your basically bowel. You may feel sluggish or other detox symptoms, signs that your body is using the energy for detox, and does the detox through this pathway. So that's the thing. So obviously when you remove toxins, your eyes will get clearer, because like I told you, the toxins are getting stored in the iris too. That's the reason why your eyes will get clearer on this primal diet. I've noticed this like in the first weeks, ever since I started eating raw meat. In the first weeks, I've noticed that my eyes got brighter out of sudden, just like that. And I didn't know about this concept back then. I thought it was just a coincidence. Maybe I'm, tripping, I'm seeing things, but actually no. I found out later that this was actually a real concept. You can change your eye color using this primal diet, like I showed you examples and some other examples too. You can see this other guy, Jim Tam Beef, he also cleared up his eyes a bit. Some people change their eye color, other people just clear it up a bit, depends on how much time, because it also takes time, of course, to fully change your eye color, to fully detox, because you have all these stored toxins from, eating an improper diet all these years. So obviously it's gonna take longer, it's gonna take years until you fully may change your eye color, but it's gonna happen eventually. And Aajonus being the guy who promotes the primal diet, this raw meat based diet, he wrote 2 books on this concept, on the primal diet. He has put thousands of people on this diet, on a raw meat based diet. He has seen exactly what happens, and he was talking about this in his book, the fact that you will change your eye color when you start a raw meat based diet. I mean, after years, of course, after you get this full detox, your eyes will clear up. At the beginning they will get brighter. As you become healthier and healthier, your eyes will look better. And he was also saying that there are only two true eye colors when it comes to humans, and that is blue and amber. Now, I don't really know about that, if it's really true, because we take, for example, the people from the tribes, from the Maasai tribe from Africa, they're also on a raw meat based diet, but I see they still have brown eyes. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe they have amber eyes, but yeah, whatever. So I don't know about that, but I know for sure that you can change your eye color, because I've seen already cases, I've shown you too. And that's the thing, you know, that's exactly, oh, I almost tripped here, here in the forest. And yeah, this is the explanation basically. This is why your eye color will change when you start a raw meat based diet. Now it might sound a bit absurd to you, like, what the fuck, bro, this is bullshit, bro, this can't be true, you know. Raw meat first of has bacteria, salmonella, all this kind of stuff. But I recommend you stay open-minded here, because here's the thing, I was also in your place before starting this diet. I would also think the same thing. Yeah, bro, what the fuck, raw meat? If you would tell me that, I would be you're fucking crazy, man, shut the fuck up, what do you mean raw meat? No, you gotta cook your meat because it has parasites, bacteria. But after I tried it and experimented, and I've seen how it changed my life, you know, how I get more energy, I look better, I'm healthier, I got rid of health problems and all this kind of stuff. You know, my testosterone is also higher than 99% of men nowadays because of this diet. Now I convinced myself that yeah, this is the way. I've tried basically all the diets and I've seen that this one is the best. And usually for the most people, I mean for everybody, after, you know, they try all the diets, they will see that this is also the best in terms of health. You'll feel like the best and look the best you ever had on this diet. So this is why. And it's not bullshit, like I told you, also the fact that my eyes got clearer. If you try it, if you are open-minded and you give this a try, you just gotta get your meat from a good source, you'll notice that your eyes will get brighter too, if you want to, you know, get like a brighter color. For example, for me, in this case, when I was a baby, I forgot to mention this, when I was a baby, my mom told me that I had blue eyes. So my eyes are genetically blue, not green. So they got, you know, green, and with the fact that I accumulated toxins in my body from eating an improper diet, and now they're turning back blue. So it's very interesting, because you can see in the first photo here, I had this spot, you know, this brown spot, and even though the lining is different from these two photos, you can see that the brown spot is a bit bigger. Now the brown spot has gotten smaller, which is very interesting. And also, like I told you, Aajonus had this thing, you know, had this site. He was showing this graph about your eyes, you know, with the iridiology that I talked about, and he was saying that, yeah, he was pointing out basically if you have, for example, some spots here in this left area, right area, up, down, whatever. He was telling you exactly what that meant, like what toxicity might you have and stuff like that, based on what the spots are on your eyes. And I took like a closer photo of my eyes. I had the spot like at the bottom of my eye, and there on the graph he was saying that, you know, that could signal, for example, leg toxicity or something. It was like for the area of the leg. And this is true, because here's the thing, I have had like a surgery back then when I was 14. Let me show you. You can see that I have a surgery in my leg, and this is because I broke my leg when I was younger at football. I had like a bad injury, and obviously I had, you know, some heavy metals in my leg, you know, those things that they put in your leg to when you break it too hard. So obviously I have heavy metals in my leg, and that is the toxicity. Now I'm detoxing from those things. Obviously I have leg toxicity. If that happened, you know, a while ago, maybe still healing from that. And besides that, the brown spot around my eyes, that would signal, he was saying there, that it was gut toxicity, which is also true, because here's the thing. Before I was on this diet, I had severe digestive problems. Like I was bloated constantly, I had gas, I was literally farting kind of every time, like all the time, basically, to the point that my friends were just saying to me, bro, stop farting so much. Like it was very embarrassing, and I also had acid reflux, so I had problems with my digestion. Now my digestion is good, like it's fixed, but I still, maybe the toxicity still remained there a bit, is now still healing. So I was surprised to see that this is actually very accurate. It's like basically spot on the problems that I have in the past and I had toxicity on, and now, you know, they're still in the eyes a bit. I'm still healing from them, I guess, because healing takes time. So I guess that Aajonus, this guy really knew his stuff, and he also claimed that he changed his eye color from green to, or from brown, I guess, from brown to blue. He had brown eyes when he was a child, and in 20 years of this primal diet he changed his eye color to blue actually. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna put you a link in the description. I'm gonna put a link for you in the description so you can look up at this chart, with iridiology, so you can learn more about it, about the eyes, the toxins, what toxicity can you have. You can look at your eyes and look at the chart to see exactly what it is for you. And yeah, it's very interesting. I definitely recommend you study this concept. It still goes against science, but it still works. And yeah, that was it with the video. Hope you liked this, hope you found this interesting. Again, if you want my free guide on how to achieve superhuman health using the 6 primal pillars, you're gonna learn about this raw meat-based diet there in the guide. Then just click the first link in the description and you can grab my guide so you can look better, feel better, and live longer. So I was Dragos, hope you liked this video, and I wish you a very good day or night wherever the time zone is for you. And yeah, goodbye.